a lot of people are afraid of failure, challenges. They want to escape this at any cost. While this is essential for success and seeing the opportunity. So yeah, I think this is so powerful. Let us know, guys, in the chat what you feel about this and whether you can relate to this as well. So I would like to share a little bit more about how big is the virtual assistant market as well. So the global virtual assistant services market is expected to reach $19 billion by
Spike drop, dropping spike.
Registering a compound annual growth.
Where are you?
CAGR.
Go, go, go.
Bring them down.
Spike.
2025.
Fall back.
This is official statistics.
Lanjut maju. Nice banget.
Totally agree with the statement. Okay, great. So, should we move on to the next part? I would like to talk about shifting from employee to business owner mindset.
Here.
A lot of people are curious, especially if they've been working in like corporate world, like how
Blend
I
is fine.
shift and switch my mindset because it's very different, right? So transitioning from an employee mentality to a
Find
business
you.
owner perspective might not be easy, right? So what were some of the biggest mental shifts you had to make when you first started your own business, and how did it influence your approach to running your businesses?
For me, I can understand the perspective of being an employee towards a business owner,
Reloading.
but the most stressful I've been, I think I've gone through my quarter life crisis, is actually the other way around. Because up to graduating university, lulus is entrepreneurship. The journey that I have is working for myself, right? I don't have a boss. I find clients. I do something with digital for multi-million dollars company. And then suddenly I built a startup that got acquired. In a way, I thought that back then was the story of being an entrepreneur and a different kind of entrepreneur. But basically, when you get acquired, there's this term in the VC world, acqui-hire. So acquisition is the common term, but acqui-hire is basically when you buy the company.
Go, go, go. Find you. Enemy spotted. Bring them down.
Convincing myself to be an entrepreneur because I am the founding team.
Take this. I'm out of here.
Important
Bring them down.
I've ever felt like, okay, I'm working for an employee, and it was very stressful because back then, one of the most key differentiator
Karat anjing. Pusing sa karat.
freedom means also freedom to choose when you want to work, where do you want to work, what kind of work you want to do, but also means what kind of hardship that you want to pick, what kind of challenges that you have to tackle, right? But most of the time, people who's not familiar with the entrepreneurship world, they're not consistent enough to maintain that freedom. The freedom becomes kind of a apa ya namanya ya? Freedomnya tuh jadi kayak
Everyone,
taken
your
for
hearts
granted,
are pounding.
right?
They
Wake up
are
late,
so
in the
good.
morning and afternoon, procrastinate with a lot of work gitu.
No discipline.
Yeah, no discipline at all gitu. So they
Need a
one
drop.
of the most defining factors why being an
Selamat,
employee and a business owner is because this is psychologically is in depth with our
Dropi, cyber dropi.
human. I'm thinking from a Marvel point of view. Human crave subjugation. I think it was the quote. But because us human, we always try to seek
Gak
for
mati lo anjing.
if there's a way in the whole of our life that it's okay, atur aja deh. We just, as long as we can eat, as long as we can be happy, as long security and being risk averse is our human nature.
Hah?
That's why being an employee is very, very addicting.
Ya mo cerita na ako dito petang bulu
used
mati.
to everything aman gitu.
Secure.
Sino ako sih Cuk?
But when we turn to
Bring them down.
entrepreneurship, it's basically 180 degrees
They're
from
blind with fear.
the word secure. You have to,
Watch out.
even if
Spike down.
freedom of working where you
Spike
want,
down
working where you
A.
want, but
Find you.
there's also downside when people are not consistent with shifting from employee to being a business owner. Yeah, I think
Women in body
that's
nan-
the main problem with people.
Ano wrong
They
iyo?
haven't built the culture shock
Weapon
is,
here.
oh shit, I need to be disciplined with my own time, disciplined with my own work. So if you're wrong,
30
if you
seconds
fail,
left.
there's no one else to blame but yourself. But if you're
I
an
have this
employee, it's
fight.
very easy for us to say, oh, it's just a work.
Oh, salsa pre, tayo. Gugat mang
Wow, I
anjing.
can relate to this so much.
Last player
I
standing.
feel that this mindset shift really changed my business so much because I think transitioning from the corporate world, I still had this mindset that
10 seconds left.
and when I was running my company the first 2 years, I used to blame everyone. Like, why is my business not doing well? Like, or is it because of my teams they are not good enough? It's because of some other things. I never blame myself. And as soon as I shifted this mindset, I just realized that there is no one else to blame. It's me, It's not my team. It's because I couldn't explain to myself what to do. And when I started to change this mindset and drop this victim mentality, everything just transformed. So I feel like entrepreneurship journey is also our personal growth journey, Like not only your business transforms with this mindset, but your relationship and your personal life also transforms. Because you don't blame anyone but you. And that's where you have the responsibility.
You blame.
You
My ult's
actually
ready.
blame
Bring them
someone,
down.
you lose control of
go,
the
go.
situation. You cannot change the situation because there is someone else to blame. But once you blame yourself, you
This way.
actually have control
Gotta go.
over the situation and you can
Kasi
change
no
it.
specs ako. Tayo, hindi mo na kayo.
I always
Running
work
low.
with managers and because I'm part of
Ngetrol
this,
yuk, ngetrol,
one
gat mangi yuk,
entrepreneur
ngetrol.
organization. I need to instill the values, right? I would say
One
I don't
enemy
practice
remaining.
mindset in this way. For everything that is wrong in your
I'm
business,
outta here.
everything that is wrong, anything at all that you encounter,
Lang di.
imagine that
Iya
it's your
dua
fault.
dapat dicari gitu.
It's not
Macet nih gue di kono.
bukannya kita we don't acknowledge that the trigger of imagine this going through a street and suddenly you got
My
mugged.
city needs.
Anjing lah kasi dicopok
Need
bangsa.
a drop.
Even in that situation, it's fair that you say, "Oh, it's not my
Salamat,
fault because
thanks.
there's a mugger there." But if you change the mindset a bit,
Teşekkürler.
it's
Ako.
so
Thank you.
if you're at fault, then there's something you can do that's better.
Exactly.
Maybe don't go later at night. Maybe wearing self-defense. Maybe what? Because any kind of mistake or misfortune, you can turn into
Override na din na yun.
self-defense. And if you
Meron from
just
there.
ask yourself, okay, if I'm wrong in this situation, what can I do better?
Exactly.
That's the whole point of being accountable.
Wow.
I think
Gotta go.
most professionals don't have that kind of
Exactly.
mindset.
Mentality. Yeah. Wow, that's so hard.
It's you and me.
Because this is really,
Wah,
really,
cakep.
really important and so crucial for your success, not just only in business, but in your personal life as well.
Out of my way.
According to the report by the Kaufman Foundation, nearly 60% of individuals who
Anjing.
transition from employees to business owners believe that acquiring additional skills and knowledge through education and training is crucial for their own success. This is just some of the data as well. So the next point that I want to mention is
have to
setting
fight.
big goals and taking strategic steps. So you have accomplished a lot as a CEO and co-founder. How do you go about setting goals, setting big, ambitious goals for your business? And can you share a time when breaking down a big goal into smaller, actionable steps made a huge difference in your progress?
Okay, I like this because I actually learned from Elon Musk's study case, like why everyone seems to follow, like put Elon Musk on a pedestal as wow, such a inspiring figure as a CEO, right? Because what he does is he follows a few frameworks that good leaders do, which is if you want to have people to follow you, it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how much influence you have. When you're talking about influence, is you want people to follow you based on a motivation that's positive, not negative.
Suwangar
And what
anjing.
Elon Musk always does is
Suwangar.
every single project he likes to communicate his goal feels like it's impossible to do, like going to Mars, right?
Leave some for the
Go,
rest
go,
of us.
go.
Communicated going to Mars. Everyone feels like it's kind of impossible, but at the same time, in
Padahal mo.
we call that bag.
SL, SL ungu.
Bag, big, hairy, out of the wall.
Need a drop.
Feels like too big, it's hairy, like no one wants to touch it, but you're brave enough to set that goal. All the time, even if it seems like it's impossible, because you set a standard for everyone who follows you as a leader, and that, hey, I want to do something, and I actually need everyone's help. No one has done it before. So that's the leadership principle number one, of setting up a big goal. How important it is setting up a big goal. But it's
Go.
performance if you don't one step closer.
Enemy spotted B.
So most of the time with
Catch them. Reloading.
it seems kind of impossible. Even up until now, I think going the mark is a bit impossible. If not impossible, impractical.
This way.
If you want to go to market, you could be very.
I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Saves a lot of money.
Itulah flanker number 1 bro.
Two things and a big goal and very small stuff that
You
shows
don't need
there.
nightmare powers to see
You
this.
don't need to say that it's 10%, 20%. You just one step closer, and it's enough. I think most of the time we talk about business and entrepreneurship. You have to set a tone as a leader.
I'm out of here.
People will collectively work
We
together
forgot
to
the
achieve
spot.
this goal. And breaking down to small goals. For example, my vision is I want to be responsible to create
to
and
work.
impact a lot of entrepreneurs. I want Sevenpreneur to be the biggest entity in Indonesia that contributes to helping the most entrepreneurs in Indonesia.
Ayolah.
Chase them.
Oh minute.
Followers is a lot, but it doesn't reach the whole Indonesian. What I do is I work is to we have the education model.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Ini lagu
10,000.
ini anjir.
Measurable smaller
I have the spike.
Ulti.
10,000, yeah.
Enggak.
Enggak, receh ultinya, Jan.
Work,
One enemy remaining.
Main sih gue PJ sih. PJ lagi main sih gue.
It's just like
Ketrigger
most
gitu.
posts on
Please stay alert. Gotta go.
compare yourself with other people. You need to compare yourself. You just need to
Oh ini loh.
before.
They are so dead loh.
Because the most ambitious
They
people,
are best.
it's very hard to predict how to get there. But
Kono.
the way to do it is
Piko.
what do you need to do to get there? Which is taking one step at a time, taking one step at a
Aku
time.
fokusnya gone
impacting,
movement tok, gak fokus nang aim ku.
another
Move.
10,000.
Oke.
So that alone, I think, sets your team on a way better position than just
They're dead.
taking one step at a time.
Yeah, I really agree with that, and I think like comparing yourself with
Gotta go.
yourself yeah, just seeing your own progress is also so empowering. Comparing yourself to
Anjing,
someone
isone
else,
bokong.
you just compare
Isone
yourself
bokong.
to yourself,
Bring them down.
and you see your progress, how you move.
Kita
to your
nonton.
goal. And also what you said, like, about
Oh, mati.
goals, I feel like if we can imagine this,
Ono
then
ning Rena ya?
it is going to happen. We can achieve this. Like when I was working in corporate, I imagined how I wake up at my own time instead of at 6 a.m. You know, that I can just work from home. I can just
One enemy remaining.
have my coffee at my own time without rushing. I didn't know how to
Inside.
get there. For me, it was like
Team Ace.
an impossible dream. You know, but
Where are
since
you?
I had this dream, I believe that I can do it. You know,
The
because
enemy
I
only
dream
needs
about it,
composed.
You know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah.
law of attraction.
Yeah, law of
You are
attraction.
what you
You imagine and what you believe.
Go.
what you wanted to achieve.
Exactly, yeah. And how do you maintain
I'm outta here.
consistency and motivation for yourself in business?
Males
That's
gak ngowo aku.
honestly the hardest part, even for the experienced
Gotta go.
entrepreneurs. Because if
Gotta go.
everyone is asking how do you stay motivated all the time, I think it's the completely wrong answer. You don't stay motivated.
I'm out of here.
Some of the time,
Here we go.
although people still try to tackle it that way. That's heavy on motivation.
One enemy remaining.
Takis anjing emang.
They have a lot of views. People
Go, go,
still
go!
look for motivation.
Try open their mind.
Okay,
Find
so that's
the
a trend in
weakness.
Indonesia. But the hardest part is when you don't have motivation and you can't rely on motivation and things are going bad. One of the
needs a
most
weapon?
important thing is I always
Need a drop.
factor in
There!
who you are today is
Gotta go!
primarily is how you're being brought up. Right? I think part of it,
Stay focused.
a big chunk of it is
My
how
ult's
you're being
ready.
brought up.
Yes.
Like the environment at school, environment in your family. So
Cutting the
the
vision.
values of being disciplined.
I'm outta here.
Of
Stop it!
qualities, not because
Where
they're
are you?
us, but it takes
Bring them down.
consistency.
Bring them down.
It's you and me.
The answer is how to stay disciplined, which is forcing yourself, doing the uncomfortable thing. And if you read,
Gonna
if
smoke
you
it,
read the
gonna
book
smoke
Atomic
it.
Habits or The Power of Habits, anything about doing things repetitive and making it a lifestyle, it's an active effort that we need to do. We cannot.
Constantly make ourselves motivated.
Cannot. It's an active effort. You start, let's say, micro habits. If you want to consistently read every day for the rest of your life, don't target to read one book per week. Let's say 1 page per day, and then you go to 2 pages per day. You just grow. It's an active effort. There's no shortcut to actually being consistent.
I love this, and I am a big believer in like small steps every day. I feel like small steps every day, they give us the biggest results, right? We don't go to gym once in 2 weeks and exercise for 7 hours, right? It will not give you any benefits.
Yeah.
It's like just go every day, but for 15 minutes, it will give you so much more. So it's like it's really important. So, according to research
Angel lah gerakan
Harvard
PC.
University, individuals and organizations that set specific
Aku
challenges
single
goals
loop.
are up to 90% more likely to achieve them compared to those
no, man,
who
no, man,
set
no, man.
easy
Sila, sila.
or vague goals. Additionally, breaking these goals down into smaller, actionable steps and creating a strategic plan can boost
I know
by
exactly where
50%.
Bring them down.
So now,
minute ako,
the
Vin.
last topic that I want to discuss is the continuous learning and community. So with the rapid changes in the world, how do you stay updated and continuously invest in the professional
Muri.
development? Do you have any habits that you
The answer is to
One
always stay
enemy remaining.
curious. I don't know really how to transfer someone's curiosity, but let's say if you have a hobby, or you have
find
passion
you.
of doing something.
No charges.
Always
Take hold.
pupuk itu terus, kasih air terus. You have to groom that habit, and try to always stay curious because right now, things are moving faster than we've ever seen in the last maybe 100 years. Right? I've had someone who studied this specific skill. They say you get for 3 years and then suddenly get with so this kind of changes is very rapid.
Last
I think
round in the
number
half.
one habit that
Go, go, go.
everyone needs to pick up
Otherwise,
right now
we're going to look very
is reading. It doesn't need to be a whole feature book. Reading articles,
I'm outta here.
productive stories, news, reading. You need to constantly understand what's going on around you. It's kind of different 10 to 20 years ago. 10 to 20 years ago, you don't really
Gotta
need
go.
to understand macroeconomics, you don't need to understand geopolitics. But whether you like it or not, right now we are very digitally connected.
Where are you?
It feels like previously 20 years ago,
Bring them down.
20 years ago, the economy doesn't seem that connected. If you see Indonesia as a nation, we are really not that connected. If the economy goes haywire, we should be okay. But right now, just because of the
Gotta go.
globalization, right?
yeah,
Get out of my way. Take this. I'm out
Oh,
of here.
minimum studio.
information even
Gotta go.
where you are.
124, tapi gunung
So
kena
I think
Apa?
staying curious
124.
Yang 124 sing
is
nguatin
very
aku
important. If
kudu
you
pendek
like
itu.
to read books, I like to do.
One enemy remaining.
I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I
Cage trigger.
subscribed to this specific summary.
Yeah, so it summarizes the books for
Yeah,
you.
it summarizes the book for you. You can consume the book for like 15 to 30 minutes.
Tak kena, tak kena.
Although it's nice to get the information, but now I understand that it's context. So sometimes the context is more important
Yeah,
than the
you
content.
miss, you miss
miss
some
the-
parts.
Switching
Yeah,
sides.
but reading, I think, is one of the most
the last
important habit
thing
you
they'll
need to
see
pick up.
before they
And
die.
again, it's an active effort to build that habit, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't come out of nowhere. Considering you're lucky that you like to read, no. It's an active effort to make yourself like to read.
Yeah, and I think like just also embracing the lifetime learning, like you said, is like previously like parents, grandparents, they could just like,
I'm outta here.
draw the life for themselves, and it was kind of like more stable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And nowadays, if you don't learn, if you do not like educate yourself, you not just stay on the same place, you actually move behind.
Yeah.
Because
There.
the world is changing so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lifetime learning, like the people who always learn are always the most successful. And I feel like we guys
find you.
we are so lucky to live in this era where doesn't matter your background, experience, like who your parents are, what's your financial situation. You can become anyone if you have the skills that Raymond just also mentioned about the ability to be curious and the ability to learn and educate yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's really important. So a study by the National Bureau of Economic Research found that individuals who engage in continuous learning and are part of a supportive community
Come on.
have
Spike planted.
21% higher success rate
Cage
in
triggered.
their personal and professional endeavors comparing to those who pursue learning in isolation. This study also noted that community support motivation provides valuable feedback and fosters a sense of accountability.
Last player
Being a
standing.
part of a supportive community of
One enemy remaining.
is really super important. Like
Oh, it's
those people
super important.
who grow together, right, and learn together.
Yeah. You are the.
Kurang mulai gue.
Okay, where was
your
I?
5 closest friends.
Exactly.
Clutch.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. That's true. You
Yeah.
need to
kill a
surround yourself. If you
Weapon
have a
here.
community that supports what you're trying to learn, it's learning by a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot.
And the supportive community who are positive and really what you are doing, because a lot of the times, especially when we start something new or transition, like a lot of people
Yeah, feeling
tell
it
us
wonderful.
negative things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Apa
And they
gerakannya
keep
nih
discouraging us from taking the steps, you know. So it's like
Dan,
having a
jalan,
supportive
jalan.
community is a big game
Does anyone
changer.
have fun?
Jalan.
In SUVPA.
Yeah.
Wants to transition from a full-time professional job into a VA career. I actually recommend people a lot to do VA.
Yeah, the community is really important. So guys, I hope you had enjoyed the discussion and really took note of these really important steps, because they're really game changers. And now soon we are going to have a Q&A with Raymond and myself, so you guys can ask us any questions. If you have any questions for us, please drop them in the Q&A box that you see on your screen, okay? So now we move on, and I'm going to share with you what are the most important steps to become a virtual assistant and how to build a successful VA business from scratch. And again, it took me 2 years to learn these steps through lots of failures. So take notes, guys. And the step 1 is really one of the crucial ones, because even if you follow other 4 steps, but you don't follow the step 1, unfortunately you will still not be able to succeed. So when I started my business, my mindset was to make money first. So someone told me that if you become an entrepreneur, you can make a lot of money. So I was like, okay, how can I make a lot of money? But unfortunately for me, it took me a long time to realize that business actually is a way to bring value to many people, to realize your full potential. And after that, the money will follow. So if you want to receive, you need to give more first. And if you want to receive more, you need to give more. So instead of thinking, how can I get the most money as soon as possible, ask yourself, what is the fastest way for me to learn how to bring value to people? So my motto right now is that you can get anything that you want in life if you help enough people to get what they want first. And that has really changed my life, and this has really changed my business. So it is so crucial to
Last
embrace
player
this mindset, guys.
Flawless.
So let me know who who can relate to this? Let me know in the chat while I am mentioning to you step 2. Step 2 is you need to choose your niche and services as a remote worker, as a virtual assistant. So a niche is types of businesses or individuals that you work with for whom you offer your service. For example, my niche, a virtual assistant for medical clinics. Medical clinics is my niche. Or you can work with photographers, or you can be a virtual assistant for business coaches, or wedding organizers, or florists, or stylists, or interior designers, or real estate agents, etc. So you need to choose your niche. And you need to choose the services. You need to ask yourself, what services can I provide to my clients? And most importantly, what do you enjoy? Because in my, I truly believe that the success in business is passion plus consistency. You need to enjoy what you do. And that's the only way to succeed. So for me, I was struggling to finding the services and the niche I love. I did copywriting, I created websites, but I didn't really enjoy it. And then I realized that I really love doing social media. It's just my passion, and I don't even feel like I am working. And many people ask me, Tanya, but what if I don't have any experience? Again, guys, it is completely okay. And I started with zero experience. Many people started with zero experience. And actually, this is another trap that you can fall into. I am not good enough. I am never good enough. And I always tell people that what is the difference between
One
people
enemy
who are
remaining.
successful
30
right
seconds
now
left.
and those people who are still
Last
dreaming
player
about
standing.
working remotely, but nothing happens. The difference is that the first group of people, they are not smarter than others. They do not have special experience. They actually just started. They just started. They took the first step, you know. So the only skill that you need to have in order to start is the ability to learn. And like Raymond
Match
said,
point.
to be curious, right? The ability to learn. So the step number 3 is to learn sales. So after you change your mindset, after you chose your niche and services, you need to learn sales. You need to learn how to find clients. Because to run your business, you need to have clients, right? I chose my services, but no one responded to me. I remember I have once applied to 200 jobs and I got 0 response, or maybe 1 response, but it was a no. So it took me 2 years of learning and more than 10 books to finally understand how do I present myself to my clients? How do I sell my services? Because again, people buy from people. And now I'm also the one hiring people and I see the same mistakes. So the same mistakes, and I'm going to share with you these screenshots. So these are the screenshots from the real messages that I receive on LinkedIn. Actually, my last layer on LinkedIn especially is full of such messages from people who ask me to hire them. So let me know in the chat, guys, what is wrong with these messages? Why, if you message to clients like this, they are not going to respond to you, and in fact, they are just going to put your messages into trash or spam. So what is wrong with these messages? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Why, if you contact your clients like this, they are not going to respond?
Make their fear
What is wrong with these messages? Let me know. Anyone? What is wrong with these messages?
Go!
That if you send them to your potential clients, they are not going to respond. Atifa, not personalized.
Let's go!
Faris, templated. Lilies, because they are busy. Savero, general messages. Use real, too generic. Not personalized. Ariel, they talk about themselves. I love this, Ariel. This is exactly what I mean. They are impersonal messages with very little value to me. When I look at them, some of them don't even address me by my name, and I'm sure that they just like copy-paste the template and send to 100 different people, right? And it doesn't mention about my business, anything that I do. very impersonalized. So sales is a very big topic, and on the course we also have hours of content about how to stand out and make clients respond to
Teleport's
you.
ready.
Step number 4 that you need to learn is to learn marketing. So sales basically is
Sa
when
pasarah
we
kayo.
attract and approach potential
Hindi ko
clients
bisa pasarah.
in order to for them to hire us, right? But marketing is
Nag-rock
when
with yung
clients
ente, kakapala po.
approach
Medyo ako
you.
lupente.
So for example, Christian, imagine if you
Tama
open
na
your
to kaasal.
Instagram DM and you see someone, potential client is asking you, Christian,
Tama
how
to
much do
kaasal,
you charge? I
bang.
want to work with you. This would be amazing, right? But how can you make it happen? You need to learn marketing. So promoting your services on the right social media where your clients hang out is key. And you need to promote yourself the right way. You need to know what content to post, about what this content should be, how to post it, and where. So Instagram is a main channel for VAs to find clients, but of course we also have LinkedIn. These are very, very powerful channels where you can stand above the competition and find endless opportunities. And the great thing is that we can all build our portfolio on Instagram, even if we don't have experience
down
as a virtual assistant. And step number 5 is you need to learn how to delegate. If you really have big ambitions, if you really want to grow your virtual assistant business
Last
in
player
the future,
standing.
if you want to
Diba?
have a team, this is completely possible.
Spike
But
planted.
people management is tough, and you need to learn how to delegate. Good leader is a good delegator, and I really believe that teamwork is a secret that makes common people to achieve uncommon results.
My advice,
I'm so
don't
happy
get
to
shocked.
have my team of virtual assistants
Yeah,
as
but
well.
it's like you.
Without them, I would never be able to
Nagro,
run
eh,
webinars. And of course, the way that I do it right now. So, do you want to work remotely? Imagine being able to work from a coffee shop, a park, a small town. By doing so, you could save
Selecting-
2-3 hours a day
selecting
that
the
you
thing
would
yang penting
otherwise
selecting.
spend
Get these
commuting
losers out
to
of
the
here.
office. Do you want to be your own boss? As a virtual assistant, you don't have a boss. Only you decide what services to offer. Do you enjoy being creative? Offer content generation services. You also have the freedom to choose
you
which
and me.
clients to work with,
Bener,
determine the
Renayo.
number of hours to dedicate to tasks every day, and set the amount of money to
Spike
charge
down
the
B.
client. So do you want also a work-life balance?
One enemy
Want to
remaining.
spend more time with your kids, with your children?
Defenders win.
As a virtual assistant, you can also decide to work
What is your
just 2
family
or 3
doing?
hours a day from home. This is completely possible. Children grow up very quickly, and by working remotely, you won't miss these precious moments as well. And having a mentor, guys, is like having a compass that guides you through the maze of life, helping you to find the shortest path to success. And I really believe that opportunities are everywhere. I really embrace this abundance mindset. I think there are so many opportunities in the world. There is so much money in the world. The problem is that people don't see that. So I want to teach you how to see the opportunities, and I want to help you develop a vision to see these endless opportunities everywhere around you. So I would like to present my SGB Virtual Assistant online course. We are starting on June 25, and on the course you will